let's just kind of dive into this. I mean, what is retirement income?
Well, retirement income is the income that you receive after you stop bringing home a regular paycheck. It typically comes in two main sources: withdrawals from your retirement savings account and Social Security benefits. An important factor to consider here is portfolio's reliance ratio. That ratio determines how much of your essential expenses are covered by your portfolio withdrawals versus another income source. Now, depending on your situation, you may receive other income streams, including real estate or pensions or some other sources of income that's repeatable and sustainable. Your retirement income will be used to cover your bills such as rent, groceries, mortgage, medical expenses, and other travel expenses. That's why it's, I would just say, crucial to ensure your retirement income is enough to sustain you and your lifestyle for the entirety of your retirement. I'll put it this way, Morgan. When you're looking at growing your accounts, you're going up the mountain, right? And when you're going into retirement income, that's when you're going down the mountain. I want to make this very clear. As a professional, I focus on making sure you're able to go up and down the mountain. I can't tell you how many times I come across financial plans that are focusing on just going up the mountain, right? But don't you want someone to help you to also get back down? It's just not getting up to the top. It's about getting down, right?
I love that reference. I mean, I love going, you're planning to go up the mountain, which takes a plan. But you also, it's not like you're just going to be left up there, right? I mean, it's your retirement. You got to be able to get down.
You got to be able to get down. And I'll say some of the most treacherous parts of the mountain, we're going to use that metaphor, right, is when you're near the top. And that's right before you're going into retirement. Because you got to make sure that you have all the right equipment to make sure that you could come back down as well. So making sure you have the right tools in the tool belt, so to speak, in the bag, and right, so that you can not just get up, but then you also come back down the mountain.
Well, and there's that confidence, you've got the full toolbox, right? The backpack, you're headed up the mountain, you got everything you need. And not only when you get there, but when you make that return trip, when you come back down. So going up the mountain, I love it. And also coming down the mountain. Many factors, again, to consider when you're talking about your retirement investments, what your age is going to be, how much savings you have, what your risk tolerance is. So we talked about retirement income. So now let's talk about that risk tolerance.
Well, in a retirement savings account, you typically could choose your investments by yourself unless you have a professionally managed like IRA. In many cases, such as like a 401k, you can have an advisor to help you choose those investments based off of your risk tolerance. It's important for you to know how they're making those recommendations and what factors they're using to provide you that guidance though. I have seen some algorithmic-based recommendations that were far off of the client's risk profile. Also, just answering a few questions on a score from 1 through 10, that's not going to cut it either. A professional will ask many more questions to understand not just your risk tolerance, but your risk capacity to really provide guidance on your investments. And as you approach retirement, your risk tolerance will probably narrow. It typically gets more conservative.
Sure.
As your portfolio will shift to safer investments that may result in smaller returns, but it will ensure that you don't have to lose as much money with the market experience in a downturn. This adjustment is due to the sequence of return risk that's considered within the investment plan. So look that up if you're listening, if you want to learn more about that. I know I've written quite a bit about it on my blog. But the other thing I'll say is the best retirement income investments may have a lower risk, lower reward that will preserve your savings and provide a steadier return.
If you would like to watch the full video and learn more about retirement planning and strategies, just click on the screen.